Andrew Thome now joins us, a member of the Houston organization. How's it going?
Hey, it's going great, guys. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we talked a couple of years ago, and you had just signed your pro contract, and here we are less than 2 years later, and you're already up at the AAA level. You're moving up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's been quite the ride, From, I think we talked last in 2015, it would have been. Quite a few strides since then. Been fortunate with some good luck, some good bounces, and the ability and opportunity to continue to go down every year at spring training and showcase my stuff for them and try to become as reliable as I can.
Now, when you're next to Altuve, does it feel like a father-son picnic?
It feels like Mario World when you're the giant.
There you go.
In the miniature world.
There you go.
Something like that.
Tell me a little bit about how you went from rookie ball in 2015 to AAA last year. I mean, do you have, I would call them like progress reports? Do they tell you that you have to work on A, B, and C if you want to move up to single A? I mean, or do you just go out there, pitch, and hope the cards fall how they do?
They kind of have some, I wouldn't say established goals for each player, but they kind of sit down with you and let you know what they want to expect, whether it be, throw your breaking ball for strikes more, add velocity, whatever it is within the pitching, the realm of what you're doing on the mound. But as far as, you need to do this to get there, not necessarily the case. Everyone's different, and everyone has successes and failures within, whatever they're trying to accomplish. But I think that for me, it's just basically been being as consistent as possible, going out there in big games and, in big situations and coming through over and over again. And that's kind of the name of the game is can you do it every day, or are you going to be a guy that does it 1 out of 4 days or 2 out of 4, whatever the case is. And the ability to, be something that the manager can rely on and go out there and throw strikes every day is something that I've prided myself upon, and kind of, I think, partially why stuff's been going so well for me.
And we had Pat Dolan on the show, I believe it was on Monday, and he was saying that you were just throwing gas as you were working out in the Husky Dome here the last few weeks with Jordan Smith and some of these other guys. Have you always thrown really hard, or is that something that you've developed over the last couple of years now that you've gotten coaching in pro ball? Are you born with it, or can you add?
Well, I've definitely added in the past 3 years. When I got signed in 2015, I was a starter, so, the numbers are going to be a little bit lower, just based upon throwing 100-plus pitches a day when you're out there. But I've definitely put on, I think, probably maybe like 3 or 5 miles an hour since I've made the transition to the bullpen. And when I came back for my first year of pro ball, that first short season, I think I weighed like 190 or 195 pounds, which is typically lower than what I usually was. So I kind of threw on, I think I threw like 35 pounds my first off season, and that helped to, I was bigger, stronger, even faster than I ever had been. And that added weight, as I was saying in baseball and pitching, that, mass equals gas. So I was trying to, kind of bulk up a little bit, and I think that helped a lot.
Now, do you guys get a ring for the series?
No, we might get one of those T-shirts that they send out, a T-shirt and a high five or something like that.
Oh, man, a hearty handshake? Come on.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
Hey, better than no handshake.
Yeah, I thought maybe a pinky ring or something, where it's like, okay, it's not the full-on deal, but it's something you can kind of flash out at the clubs,
Yeah, maybe I'll get one, customized for myself.
There you go.
A replica.
There you go.
Yeah, a replica. One of those, put it 25 cents in the machine at the Park Diner.
Nice. Now, one of the things that best malts in town. One of the things that they always talk about with the major leaguers, 5-star hotels, private planes. What's it like in the minor leagues? Is it bus travel? Is it a lot more? I'm kind of drained on the bus because we took a 4-hour bus ride that, just nauseated me the whole time. Or do you guys travel first class?
Oh, it's definitely not the first class travel. In each league, as you go up, kind of, the way that our system works, at least in the leagues that we play in, the bus rides do get incrementally longer on the way up. So last year I spent most of my season in the Texas League, and we're stationed in Corpus Christi, which is, dang near Mexico on the southern tip of Texas down there. So we're going, to Midland, which is West Texas. There's teams in Missouri. There are teams in North Texas, kind of all over the place. So, an 8-hour bus ride was just kind of run-of-the-mill, which is a little bit crazy when I sit back and think about it and actually say that to people at home here. But I would say that they do a great job of making second-rate travel as comfortable as possible.
Now, are Texans hard to deal with? Because, well, no, I mean,
put him on the spot.
No,
he's in Fresno. He's not in Houston.
No, but he has played in the Texas League. It's, to me, Texans are, don't mess with Texas. We're big. Everything's bigger and better in Texas. The most beautiful women on the planet are in Texas. They honestly think they should be their own country, I think. And I'm just wondering, as a Minnesota guy myself, whenever I deal with Texans, I'm just like, okay, this is the way it's going to be, is that they're a little arrogant, they're a little full of themselves, and I'm wondering if you've experienced that same thing where it's one of those, oh, where are you from, boy? Minnesota? Well, welcome to God's country here in Texas.
Come on, man.
No, that's how they act. Am I wrong?
Not, you know what? In my experience, the people of Texas have been, super welcoming and inviting to me. It's a baseball hotbed, so I've had a lot of teammates, coming from there. A bunch of my roommates have been people from Texas, and there is a little bit of that. Well, especially being there, like I think the grocery stores are called H-E-B. It's their big, like Coburn's equivalent or whatever it is. And I remember we were in there one day, and it was a food court, or like they were selling fried chicken, or like how it is. They have the food there, you can get the hot food. And he's like, oh, man. He goes, don't you just wish you could have this in Minnesota? And I was like, we do have this in Minnesota, too. It's the same thing. So that cracked me up, and I remember it's just kind of hey, you know what? Our gas stations are better. We got these things called Buc-ee's, and they're literally the size of a Walmart, and it's a gas station. It's not, they're 120 gas pumps, nothing I've ever seen before. So, some of it's true with it's bigger and better, but you know what? Most of the people that I've met there have, they'll give me crap for saying my O's a little bit funny sometimes, but it's, overall they've been super welcoming. I got a lot of good buddies from down there, and especially being based down in Texas, can't say anything too bad,
Hey, before we let you go, what's your plan here? I mean, when do you head out? Do you do minor league spring training soon? And really, what's your role going to be at AAA this year? And what do you think your individual goal is going into the season?
Sure. Well, I leave next Thursday already, so they're having me come down a few weeks early. They run what's called mini camp. So what that is basically a group of minor league guys report down there a little bit early, and they'll have guys go in and fill in for when the big leaguers come out of the game. So, like Altuve or Correa, those guys will come out in the sixth inning. They'll have guys kind of down there to spell them. So I'll be down there for that. Like, so somebody that doesn't hit a pitch count, I can go in and kind of clean up that inning so the rest of their planned out day can go as according to plan. So that'll be kind of my role in spring training. But then after, I think it's March 5th or something like that, once that day hits, I'll be with the minor league guys for the rest of camp. And as far as my role in Fresno goes, I really don't know. Everything changes each year, and guys definitely do pitch themselves into roles. Because the minor leagues, their rosters turn over so much, and guys could be in and out of the system, and they could get released or sent up and down or whatever the case is. So it's a lot of fluctuation between roles. But I'm hoping to be a back end guy again. That's kind of my goal as far as this season.
Is there one current player who you would be on the mound and they would announce him coming up to the plate and you'd go, oh my gosh, I have made it? Is there one guy that you really, I wouldn't say fantasize about facing, but one guy that you've really thought, wow, that would be incredible?
Oh, man. That puts me on the spot big time. Sorry. There's so many guys. Trying to think of some veterans that I watched growing up. I was talking to my mom, just not to switch it quick, but we got Verlander now, and growing up, watching him pitch in the AL Central, it was kind of surreal just thinking, I might be in the same locker room as Justin Verlander in about 3 weeks. And that was kind of just kind of one of those things that's surreal. You watch him grow up, and he's not like an idol, but, he's one of the guys that you look up to, and just to potentially be sharing a clubhouse and a jersey with him was kind of crazy. But if I had to say one guy, I think I'd say Giancarlo Stanton.
And if you struck him out, would you do some little celebration on the mound, like a Baron Garrett thing? Like, oh yeah, sit down, Stanton, showtime.
I'm thinking as a rookie, I should probably keep it
low key,
keep it a little bit more even keel. But
fair enough.
In my head, maybe when I got back in the clubhouse or the dugout, I'd get a little fist bump, maybe.
Hey, Andrew, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for joining us. I know the entire city of St. Cloud and the area is rooting for you. We'll be keeping an eye on your progress at Fresno, and hopefully we do get to see you up with the big club, if not this year, sometime soon.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you having me on.